Hi, I'm Alan R from Change Cars and Motor Matters. Today we're out in the Honda Fit, but it's not just the normal Honda Fit. Sorry. Because if you look very closely, you'll see a blue ring around the Honda badge. It's very prominent over there, and that tells you this is the Fit Hybrid. Top of the range model, hybrid power, meaning you get the 1.5 petrol engine plus battery power to give you a little bit of extra power, but forget the extra power. It's all about the fuel economy on this car. But if you come and take a look around over here, you'll see, for example, you've got very nice looking dual tone alloy wheels on 16-inch wheels over here, but that's very much what you expect from the Fit over here, and also the unusual feature of course, the Fit being this extra window in the A-pillar over here, which gives you a very different kind of view of the world outside. We'll have a look inside in a minute, but if you come around to the rear, you can also see the sort of extended C-pillar over here. Very, very neat. Everything on the car looks very neat, very well put together, and very important. And if you have a look over here, of course, this is an important badge over there where it says EHEV, in other words, hybrid electric vehicle, as I'm sure you know. But let's pop the boot open quickly. And should we do the usual test? Yes, why not? I'm just going to push that out the way and tell you, yeah, definitely a 1 Allen boot, that's for sure. Comfortable enough. I could sit here all day. I would just take that board out. But no, I would be pretty happy in the boot. William should be happy enough to know that point. Old Leadfoot always wants to know how many times I can fit in a boot. Close it up over here, and I'll tell you that the 1.5 litre engine with hybrid assistance, as I said, puts out 90 kilowatts, 253 newton meters of torque, which is pretty good, powering the front wheels through a CVT automatic gearbox. No spare wheel under the boot board because, of course, that's where you end up with batteries and things like that. But again, that's exactly what you expect from a car of this sort. So let's have a lot more look on the road, inside, etc. Jumping into the back seat, you can see driver's seat set for myself as always. And I mean, this is lots of legroom. One of the features of the Fit is the packaging and the interior packaging and the space. You've got a USB at the back over here. In fact, you've got 2 USBs at the back over there. So there you go for rear seat passengers. That caters very nicely. And again, because this is the top model in the range, you've got a mix of leather and cloth seating. So again, being the top model, it's an important feature to have. But as they say in the classics, but there's more. Of course, like any hatchback, you can drop the rear seats. Notice it's about a 2/3, 1/3 split. And a nice feature to see is the fact the load area is pretty much flat from the boot across. So many cars like this, there's a big step. But that's an important feature. And obviously you can add to the load area. But there's still more. Because Honda have what they call the magic seat feature. Look here. The base flips up, and it flips right up there. You push that down, and it locks in place. Now, not only have you got load space, but note the depth or height of the load space. So, Leadfoot, this, if you had to do it on both sides, would be what, a 4 Allen space? At least, if not more. But what is amazing, and a good friend of mine has an older model of this car, I can tell you now, the utilization of this extra space. For example, he does this with both seats, and he gets his bicycle with the wheels on, standing perfectly in this area without having to strip the bike down, take wheels off, and do funny things. So that is the practicality of Honda's magic seats.
Hello, my name is Michael. I'm the owner of Change Cars and the host of the TV show All Things Motoring. I have one mission, and that is to make a difference to the motoring public. Making a difference how? Making sure that you have safe options, making sure that you have knowledge. In that regard, it is my absolute pleasure and privilege to work with Alan Rosenmeyer of Motor Matters. The man with a hat, I'm the man with no hat, he's the man with the knowledge. Thank you for watching.
On the road in the Fit Hybrid, one of the things is the fact that it switches between hybrid, the electric and the petrol engines absolutely seamlessly. You just never know when it's actually switching. You just got to look at the dash and see when it tells you it's in EV. But besides that, if you want my picky point on the car, CVTs, well, you always know, because now we're going up quite a steep hill. I'm going to accelerate, and this is typically CVT, isn't it? I'm sure you can hear the engine, the revs going pretty high. You lift off, you do take it off a bit, but this is a CVT. Now just listen to this. Can you hear it? And this is where, well, you're either happy with it or you're not happy. It's got enough acceleration to certainly pull very nicely up this hill, and it certainly can overtake nicely when you want it to, but you got to realize the engine will let you know that it's working hard and doing something hard. And when you are pushing it harder, you'll see the fuel economy. This is our instant average fuel of 7 liters per 100 at the moment. But look at our last little journey, where it was 2.9, and we're sitting on 4.2 overall for this test period so far, having done 375 kilometers on the test. So you can't worry about that. But other than that, and that noisy CVT at times, it's comfortable, it's smooth. The hybrid version certainly is packed with all the luxuries and the extras that you can possibly want. That makes life pleasant and comfortable. You got active cruise control, things like that on this top model. So overall, it's a very pleasant place to be. It's certainly, you've got to just realize the hybrid really is built for and comes into its own in urban driving and town driving, not necessarily out on the open road. I've got to just say that to you right now, because when you put the engine under load, well, the fuel consumption will go up. But I can assure you, by the time we get home, which is about 60 odd k's away, I guarantee you this drive will still be at 4 odd liters per 100, which is absolutely exceptional, isn't it? And that is where, although you're going to pay more for this car, you're certainly going to end up making your money back on overall running costs if you can run it at fuel consumption of a figure as low as that. But it's light, it's easy, it's comfortable, it's relaxed, it's all those words you want to use. And I would call it fit for purpose. Really, what it's designed for, it does every bit of it. Jumping in behind the wheel, have a look at that there. 388 kilometers done so far at 4.2 average consumption. I'm not going to say any more. The dash could be a touch busy. It is digital, but I find it all right, but it depends on you. But what's also incredible, look at that. 388 done, but we've still got 456 kilometers left in the tank. This is incredible. It's about a 40 odd litre tank, that's all. So the range is, you could get 800 plus kilometers out of this tank, I can tell you that right now. Being the top model in the range, it's got active cruise control, it's got lane keep assist, it's got all those features as well, the ADAS as they call it, that you would not necessarily get on many others. It's also got auto on headlights, which I do appreciate as well. So those are nice features that you get. The other unusual feature of course, the fit and the design, I showed you the window in the A-pillar earlier, is this long, flat dashboard reaching towards the windscreen. It's just different to many, many other cars on the market these days. Moving over to the infotainment screen, and you can see I'm just showing you, I've shown you the fuel consumption, so let's not worry. But you go to the home, it works nicely, it integrates nicely. I have to tell you, Android Auto has worked really well on this car and connected quickly and easily. And of course, you do have a good reverse camera. Such an important feature these days, even on smaller cars. Come on, I'm starting to miss them no matter what car it is. It doesn't matter. You come down to your climate control, air conditioning over here, simple, works nicely, and you've even got heated front seats. How's that? Not bad at all, am I right? Again, a feature of this model. You come down below that, you've got 2 USBs at the front, plus the 2 at the back, so 4 USBs is pretty good. And you've got a 12-volt power outlet there, and then below that, over here, you've got an inductive charging pad as well for cell phone charging. Again, works nicely. The gear shift, although it's a CVT, it's a conventional gear shift. Do you need more? What difference does it make? I'm not going to say much more. And you've got an electronic parking brake over there, an Econ button over there, which quite honestly, I just don't know what it's there for. I can't actually see any particular use for it, but it's there. And you've got a nice armrest over here with a little storage underneath. The dash itself interesting because there are lots of different surfaces, lots of different features to it. It's different aspects, but it does come together nicely and generally feels pretty well screwed together, so I'm happy. And in the corner over there, you've got very substantial, on both sides, cup holders, as well as the ones in the center console. But those are really nice cup holders over there. So this car has got a lot going for it. It's got a lot of features, and it's a Honda. Everybody trusts the Honda name. Point being, what's this one going to cost you? Well, the hybrid, there's only the one model available, 545,000 Rand right now. It's about 100,000 Rand more than the manual version. But I can tell you now, if you can average just on 4 liters per 100, not that the normal petrol one is heavy on fuel, but you are going to make up a price difference very, very quickly. It's one of the smaller hybrids around. I'm trying to think what else you could match it to. Price-wise, you looking at, for example, the Haval Jolion hybrid is probably the closest other hybrid I can think of. Much bigger car, yes, but different category in a lot of ways. Again, and not quite as economical on fuel as this one when I tested it. So these are things you've got to think about when you're looking. But overall, interesting car. Yes, it's a niche. I admit it's a niche, but it's an interesting niche as far as I'm concerned. I think if you're looking at this kind of car and you want hybrid economy, well, check it out. For Change Cars and Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor. I'll see you next time.